Gut IQ nutrition and wellness videos are meant to be informative and educational. They are not intended to diagnose, treat, prevent, or cure any disease or condition. It is not intended to substitute the advice, treatment, and/or diagnosis of a qualified licensed healthcare professional.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today, I am feeling inspired to talk about kind of actually what's going on in my day as it relates to wellness, because it's something that I have also experienced myself in my wellness journey. My daughter is severely mentally ill. She's a teenager, and so working through nutrition can definitely be a challenge. I can only control what my daughter eats and what she's exposed to when she is here at my house. And then, of course, the environmental factors come into play there too. But it's been a long road. My daughter has been hospitalized multiple times, and she's currently at a residential treatment facility. And she's several hours away currently. She's been away for a few months. I'm not sure when she's going to be coming back. But I experienced something today that was maddening. And I had to reach out to the treatment facility and talk with their treatment team there, the nursing staff. I actually got in contact with the director of nursing because all of this to tell you that my daughter is on several medications, and so many of the medications she's been on for quite some time now. And so much of that is out of our control as parents dealing with teens that have mental illness struggles. And I'm sure I will do way more videos at a later time about dealing with parenting a teen that has emotional disturbance issues. And so one of the medications that I found out about just recently, they did not get parental consent as they are legally obligated to. And so basically it was like they gave her a medication for bedwetting. And this really enraged me as a parent because my daughter is almost 15. She has not wet the bed in quite some time. And so again, it's a symptom, right? It's her body's alarm going off of something's not right. And come to find out, there's a very common adverse effect that some SSRIs or psych medicines can have on the body after a long period of time, and I'm not dissing psych meds by any means. I've taken them myself, and I believe that sometimes people just are in certain circumstances where maybe you need to. I'm not completely opposed to medication, but when you take a medication, you have to ask yourself, why am I taking this medication? And a lot of medications are designed to be band-aids. They're designed to kind of fix the symptom that you're having, your body's warning signal, if you remember. They're designed to mask that warning signal. It's kind of like, it reminds me of whenever you have a smoke detector in your house and it beeps really loud because the battery is going out. It reminds me of someone like ripping it out of the ceiling or taking a baseball bat to it to make the beeping stop. I don't know if you've ever had that experience with an alarm going off where you're just like, just stop, just shut up. It's kind of like that. And they didn't really give me much say as the parent. So I got very upset. I had them fix the situation right away, but it just reminded me today because as I went searching on the interwebs, I went to a public medical study publication website that is very well known, and I was able to do a quick search for this problem of bedwetting. being caused by being an adverse effect of the particular SSRI that she is on after a prolonged period of time, because that medication was only designed for someone to take it 12 to 18 months, and she has been taking it longer than that period of time. And so what happens is the medication that she's on relaxes her bladder so much that she's wetting the bed at night. And poor girl, like, it's not her fault. She doesn't know. And it's really, sadly, it's up to our medical treatment team that we're working with, that we're putting trust into, to know these things. This isn't a rare occurrence. This is a common occurrence. And the fact that they tried to put a Band-Aid to cover up the symptom of an adverse reaction of another Band-Aid. We're just stacking Band-Aids on top of Band-Aids on top of Band-Aids here. Like, that's insanity. And I think it upset me so much today when I was working through this, because genuinely, it's the same thing that I went through. My struggles are different than my daughter's struggles, but we're experiencing some of the same frustrations. And I don't hold it against doctors, right? Because doctors are doctors are there to kind of help us with our issues that we're having, right? So if we're going in and we're like, I have a headache, okay, well, let's see if we can make your headache go away, instead of, why are you having a headache? What's the root cause of the headache? And so it just kind of reminded me in a very stark reality way, a very real way, that, our medical system, as much as we want to trust it, and as great as it is for so many acute care things, it's just not there for chronic issues. If you're having chronic mental issues, you're having chronic stomach issues, you have autoimmune diseases. Unfortunately, the Western medicine system, the traditional medical system here in the United States, we don't really have healthcare when it comes to, in relation to chronic pain and illness. We have great acute care. Man, we're saving lives like left and right with our acute care system. But when it comes to chronic care, people need to be treated differently. We've got to actually fix the cause, because it's like shoveling the sidewalk when there's still a blizzard going on. If there's just a little bit of trickling down of snow, we can handle that, and we can shovel it, and our sidewalk is always going to be clear enough for us to be able to walk safely on it. But when our body has these chronic conditions going on where we're just riddled with inflammation, it's like we're trying to shovel a sidewalk in the middle of an extreme blizzard. It's never going to happen. You're never going to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish. And so I just am, I guess, trying to get the point across that question your doctors, give a little bit of pushback. If a doctor is prescribing you a medication that you don't understand why you're taking, and you don't understand what the potential side effects could be, or potential long-term side effects or adverse reactions could be, that's something that, I hate to say it, but you may have to just do a little bit of digging on your own on that medication, and look up medical studies, and just, look through. There's a lot of information that can be misleading, or maybe not exactly the full picture. I think maybe some websites that I'm talking about, where you can go and it'll pretty much tell you have cancer no matter what symptoms you plug in. But there are some websites out there that are legitimate. They're real information. What are some of the websites that you personally use? If you can put it in the comments, would love to hear and have resources for websites that everyone uses to find information like that. Because unfortunately, the biggest thing here is we have to be our own healthcare advocate. And sometimes that can be a really daunting, grueling process when you're in the thick of it, when you're in pain and you're having chronic issues that are keeping you from your life, it is really hard to be that advocate for yourself. But yeah, just tell me what resources you use. I'm always looking for new ones, but I just wanted to share that with you. And again, it goes back to listen to your body's warning signs. If your body's telling you something's not right, then something probably isn't right, because our intuition is so powerful and it's so strong. So when you think something's wrong, get it checked out. Thanks so much for listening, and be well.